effing Throwdown Round. Here it is, one sleep away. Such great game, such great info. Great guest on the show, Tre'Davious White. I'm honored, proud to bring you a conversation with him ahead of Bills-Broncos in Denver. To say that he's pure joy, to say that he's enjoying the ride is an understatement. One of my favorite conversations, not of the year, because that's, of the season, of the 2025-2026 season. And SiriusXM NFL Analyst 2002 MVP Rich Gannon on the show to break down the quarterback play du jour. Let's take a look at the slate, baby. Here we go. FanDuel Sportsbook, the place you need to be. We love FanDuel. Here we go. Bills-Broncos. Tre'Davious White on the show. Broncos did take over as the favorites, thank goodness, as they should be at home in rowdy Mile High Denver. Sorry? Throwdown round. Oh, yeah. Yay! Thank you, Corchain. Love you. The divisional round sounds like a stuffy golf tournament, okay? This is football, okay? Throwdown round sounds better. I've been trying to change the name of this since 2016. That's the trend everybody's doing. Throwdown round needs to be the deal. Okay, how about Niners Seahawks in the nightcap? This Sam Darnold oblique injury situation, question mark, WTF, question mark, questionable he is? I'm Yoda, apparently. That's okay. He says he's okay. He says he's fine. That line hasn't moved at all yet. Woof, potentially. Definitely something keeping our eye on. We will ask our MVP from 2012, Rich Gannon, here in a bit. And then, of course, it all runs out with Texans, Pats, Rams, Bears on Sunday. Hello. Who'll be in Chicago for that one? The girl who just bought a bunch of stuff, hand warmers, and I bought a big coat, a big fur coat that I think is arriving today. I'll be there for the amazing Bears game against the Rams with the quarterback play, as that one's going to be amazing. Here, let's talk about some things, shall we? Hamilton, get in here before we do this. You think I haven't noticed that you've riddled my show doc with all of the weather fear-mongering throughout the week. Do you think that was gonna keep me away from this game?
No, just put it in your head a little bit.
Interesting. He's like, in all caps, he's like 11 degrees, negative 75 degrees. Have you seen the movie The Day After Tomorrow? It's gonna be like that. It's like in these notes in here. We have a lot going on. We have a great hammer time. Can you tell me what the hammer time is again?
It is going to be. We are going to count down Caleb Williams' top 5 throws of this season, which is a hell of a list.
Where does the 4th and 8 go?
You're going to find out. But honestly, if I did a top 10 list of the top 10 throws from all quarterbacks in the entire league this season, these 5 would probably be on it. I think all 5 would be on it. You think all 5 of Caleb Williams' top 5 hammer time throws are better than any throw from any quarterback? All 5. They're all there. They would make it on the top 10 list.
Best Josh Allen's, best Joe Burrow, Thanksgiving Joe Burrow?
Yeah, there are a couple from Drake May that would be on there, but I think all 5 Caleb throws would make the top 10 list.
Matthew
for the
Stafford,
entire year,
heard of him?
the entire league. Yeah, all 5 would make a top 10 list. 100%.
Are we on First Take? Are we just spitting, Twitter's down, so you think this isn't going to follow you to the rest of the weekend? I see what you're doing. I like it. I actually really subscribe. How freeing does this feel to not have Twitter?
It feels great.
I feel free. I feel like I just got divorced or something, and I'm having a good time. Okay,
those TikToks.
Let's get back. Let's get back to the Bills-Broncos game to kick off the weekend. This is the one. I wish I could be at 2 games at once. If you're going through this push and pull, whether you're on FanDuel Sportsbook, or you're just like, who's going to win the game? We've asked Kevin Durant. We've asked all the greats on the show throughout the week. What does this one come down to? If you're thinking about who wins between Broncos and Bills, let me show you this zaniness. This is absolutely nutty. When Josh Allen is hit 6 or more times in a game, the Bills are 1-4. 6 touchdown passes in those 5 games to 6 interceptions. Woof. Look at the freaking split here. 11-1. 19 touchdowns, 4 interceptions when he's hit fewer than 6 times. That's, people, what this comes down to for me, officially. it lines up with the teams the Bills have lost to this year. Teams like the Falcons, they finished, what, second in sacks? The Texans, Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson. The Eagles, they were top 5 in sacks over the second half of the year. Denver was better at getting to the quarterback than any of the teams that I just mentioned. Denver, Benito, leads the league in sacks and averages 10 quarterback hits a game. The sweet spot is 6. And I don't think we've talked about how special Denver's defense has been, because they didn't just lead the league in sacks, they had a top 5 season all time. Rare air, 68 sacks, 4 away from breaking the 84 Bears all-time record. 11 more than those aforementioned Falcons. And maybe the most impressive part about this is that, yes, while Nick Benito is one of the best pass rushers in the league and he led Denver with 14, he's the only one that hit double digits. This team had 17 different guys bring down the quarterback. 17. Cheers to Vance Joseph with my little Starbies this morning. Like, you cannot focus on just Benito or 1 or 2 guys when you're, think you're going to get through or stop this rush. It is the whole squad, and that right there. Can I see that split again? This right here is where this. I know I said R.J. Harvey and the run, and Josh Allen is Superman. If you get to him 6 times or more, you need to get to him 6 plus. And you win the game, Denver. And it's very likely, with how good they've been and how easily those kind of numbers have come to them this year. That's pretty glaring and weird. So check that out. What are your thoughts? Let us know. Let us know nowhere, because I don't care what you have to say, because Twitter's down. Rams, Bears. We have to talk about that game. I got to tell you, with the way that this season has gone, I know this is the most exciting quarterback matchup we have gotten in the 2025 season as a whole. No hyperbole, I promise you this. The MVP favorite against the guy who has consistently made the biggest plays, as you'll see from Matthew Hamilton momentarily, at the quarterback position this year. And beyond that, the trip to the NFC Championship game is on the line. This is going to have extra meaning for Caleb. He's squaring off against one of his favorite all-time players in his career. The day that I met young Caleb, who I was instantly obsessed with and continued to be obsessed and enamored by, I sat with Caleb, and we just got on a tangent about quarterbacks. He likes Aaron Rodgers quite a bit, of course. We started talking about Matthew Stafford. Just listen to him training camp his rookie year. So not this past year, the year before. My entire Up and Adams production crew is obsessed with quarterback's favorite quarterback being Matthew Stafford.
I love Matthew Stafford.
Take me into the why, the what, the who.
When he would play for Detroit, I enjoyed watching them. But I wasn't so young, but I was younger, and I didn't really understand. And then I got older and older, and then I started to understand his game. He's unbelievable. Like, there's a couple plays where he'll get a play action, and he has the backer on a string. Like, he wants the backer to go here, he'll go there, and he'll throw it right behind his head at the perfect touch, perfect velocity. And so he's unbelievable. I don't know how. I think he was 46, right? On the top 100, 56.
I don't even
top
know.
100.
I didn't look.
It was something unbelievable that he shouldn't have been. I was not happy about it.
Where would you put him?
Matthew Stafford is probably. I don't think I can name 2 quarterbacks, 2 or 3 quarterbacks that play a position better than Matthew Stafford.
He has lots of reverence. He even TikToked some reverence that people misunderstood. Big surprise there. There's this appreciation from Caleb to Matthew Stafford. Let's not overlook, guys, the foresight and the elite ball knowledge either. There were not a ton of people putting Stafford in their top 2 a year ago, okay? And this is 2 years ago. Look where they are now, okay? Is there any doubt that this game is going to come down to one of these 2 with the ball in there? I mean, of course. It has to come down to the one of Frick or Frack having the ball in their hand. Yeah, I don't really know what we're trying to say here. But, yeah, I just love that reverential moment. But make no mistake, he's going to crush him if he does have the ball with 2 minutes to go. NFL's active leader, 50 game-winning drives, Stafford, or a guy who's led a league-leading 7 of them. Who is it? Is this Stafford? There's also Hammy, I had this thought about Stafford against the Panthers. Panthers are a bad matchup. I actually do agree with that. They might. What did Alex Smith say? They're going to hang 50 on them in the cold.
Yeah.
If he loses, like, is it his last game or is Stafford coming back? I had the thought against the Panthers. I was like texting you, like, is this the last of Stafford right now? Am I supposed to like be mentally preparing myself? Like, am I crying right now? What am I doing?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's hard. It's hard to see him walking away playing this well, but at the same time, if you're him and he's gone through it with the injuries probably more, as much as any other quarterback, like, do you want to just walk out on top? Like, it is a great question. And I'll say, yeah, like if the Rams saying 50, like, that's kind of the point. If the Rams saying 50, it's not coming down to one of these guys with the ball in their hands with 2 minutes left, like Alex Smith says.
Yeah,
but
51 to 50 sounds like a great score.
Yeah,
what's the over under 50 and a half?
It's dropped a little bit.
Okay.
Last I saw was 48 and a half. Yeah, 48 and a half. Yeah.
I'm going to be Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
No.
You know what else is interesting? I'm going to put together a first drive parlay for this one that I'm going to see bear out. I'm taking my brother to this game. Everybody, I just told Amanda, she goes, oh, who you go into the game with? And I go, my brother. And she was like, oh, boy. She's like, can't wait to see what you look like Monday morning. My brother, we have a good time, me and my brother. He wants to go down there at noon, whatever. I want to put together, maybe him versus me, a first drive parlay for this one. If you guys don't know how that works, Hammy, can you kind of explain how those get put together?
Yeah, so it's you're picking props just based off the first drive alone. So you could have Colston Loveland have 10 receiving yards on the Bears opening drive, Caleb to throw a touchdown, all that stuff. And it's fun because you find out your result. You don't have to wait till the end of the game to find out. You will know as soon as that first drive is over. It takes like that stress off it. You get your answer right away.
I was going to do it just a same game parlay for this one, and Hamilton doesn't want to deal with my 4 quarters of nonsense. That's basically what it comes down to. This is like a first basket in the NBA. You just call your shot and like you rip the Band-Aid off, win or lose, and you enjoy the rest of your day. And please, by all means, go have some fun with some SGPs up the wazoo this divisional round throwdown weekend. But we're just it's gonna be one and done, and then I can drown I drink tequila now all of a sudden, so maybe that's what I will be doing. If you see me, dap me up. Be nice, Bears fans, to me. Be nice to me. Don't embarrass me in front of my brother, okay? He's a diehard. My brother was the OG cheese grater guy. My brother was up there in those rafters, and it was like, how did you get this in here? Now you see him all over TV. Like, I think my brother might have started that trend in fast. But yeah, I will do a first drive parlay. Here's what I need to know from you. What needs to be in my parlay? Everybody out there watching on YouTube, whatever, Twitter, if it ever works again. Maybe, hopefully not. Wouldn't it be so freeing? God, that would be amazing. Tell me what one leg should be, and I will get it in there. We'll put it up on FanDuel in the carousel. And by the way, it's playoff mode for FanDuel. You get to choose your own reward. For each round of the NFL playoffs, all FanDuel customers can choose between a no-sweat bet or a profit boost. So make sure to get on the app, make your choice on FanDuel. Choose FanDuel. It's the place to be for the throwdown round. Back in a flash with Tre'Davious White, Rich Gannon on the show. Little offense, defense. We are a well-rounded up and Adams here on No Sleep. I didn't sleep at all.
I did. Oh boy.
I don't know what I just did not. I like straight up wired.
But I had a fear based on the
what?
Yeah, sending me Bo Nix stats at like 5 a.m. Eastern or whatever.
I don't remember doing that. What did I send you? I thought I sent you like a Sam Darnold something.
No, there was a Bo Nix thing. Yeah. I did want to ask though, because I was thinking about that with your brother being the cheese grater guy. Like, is there a plan for the Rams? What do you do?
Let me text him. Like shearing scissors. Oh,
yeah.
Like shearing a ram's horn? What is he going to do with it? It's got to be destroying what they love. So, like, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Sunshine? Like avocado toast? Just destroying it? That's matcha. Matcha.
You can't do that, though.
Feminine men.
That's your quarterback's go-to. Yeah.
Matcha.
Oh my God.
I am heated. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. I don't know anything about it. I'm happy for everyone that everyone comes together around the fire to watch some hockey show. I have no idea. I very peripherally know what that is. Hey, what did Caleb? I really cannot be held accountable for. I'm like in such a mood today. I'm heartbroken today. Like I got issues. I got issues I got to figure out. Can you tell me what the Caleb TikTok was with Matt?
It was him, like, he posted like some highlights of both of Stafford and him, and it was like the two of them. It was definitely something that was like celebratory, excited for the matchup, excited about seeing. Yeah. And there were some Rams fans that interpreted it as like him trolling Stafford, which was clearly not the case if you've ever heard him talk about Stafford. I was looking too. I forgot Stafford had responded to what he said to you too, like last year, like a week or two after he said it, and was like, he's like, that's how I felt going up against like Favre and Rodgers. It's weird to be like that guy in that position now. Yeah, yeah.
We've never had Matthew on the show. Isn't it so wild?
That's true.
Yeah. We've never had Stafford on the show. Oh boy. How your Lions doing? Saw Goff the other night. Up and Adams is here with the best guests in the business. Rich Gannon is here. Trey White is here. Listen, Buffalo pass defense. Somehow people are still not understanding they're the number one in the land. And maybe the best story, personally, because I love him, and you will too if you don't know him and you're watching this for the first time, maybe the best story is 31-year-old Tre'Davious White. 31 today. Happy birthday to you, Trey. He is pure joy. He is a story of resilience that I fall in love with every time I hear him talk and watch how he carries himself. From Buffalo to the Rams to back to Buffalo. He's shutting everyone down. He wants a pick six off Bo. Here he is. Receiver drills today? What?
Oh, I do that all the time. Do
you really? There's only 3 active receivers on the roster alive. What would that look like if you were out there routing up Surtain on Sunday?
What it would look like?
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
Let me see who can I compare my receiving game to.
Against Surtain.
Against Surtain? I mean, let's see. I'm more like a Percy Harvin type, like. So Surtain gonna have to match me in the backfield, outside, inside, at running back. So it don't matter. I feel like I'm a Percy Harvin type of. Put me in on offense. I can throw it. I can catch it. I can run it. I can do it all. I can block too.
10 PBUs this regular season. Can you unwrap this one last week with under a minute left in the game? Y'all were about to go home. Jags driving. You deflect Trevor Lawrence's pass. Pop it up so Bishop can get under it for the game-winning ending interception. What are you thinking? What are you thinking when you saw Trevor throwing your way?
No, he didn't. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I couldn't believe he threw the ball because I had such great coverage. I just believe he looked off the safety, and he just thought he looked off the safety, and he just come back blindly and throw it. And he just probably believed this guy was just gonna win the rep. And on that rep, I had one of my best reps. So, and I'm so happy and thankful that God put me in a position to be in that position to make that play, because I just feel like out of all the things that I've been through, like, I feel like I deserve that moment. Like, all the work that I put in to be able to do that for my coach, McDermott, first Buffalo Bills playoff victory, road victory since 1993, his first road victory. I'm the first draft pick. Like, I was born for that moment.
I've been very clear on you need to, like, it needs to, this is the year, and it better, and it's me putting pressure on you guys. But then I think about your relationship with pressure, and it does not affect you, and I do not understand the math of that. Why are you not, like, feeling that pressure?
The players we have on our team, Kay, like, I just feel like we're so calloused. We've been through we've been through 13 seconds in Kansas. We've been up by 20 points. We've been down by 21 points in New England. Like, we lost Ed Oliver and still had to step up. We lost our 2 right tackles for the Pittsburgh game against the Pittsburgh defense, against TJ Watt and Highsmith and Josh Allen. No sacks. We lost CB for a couple games. Yeah. Still able to step up. And we lost Max Harrison this past week, able to go to Jacksonville and still do it. So I just feel like our team, no matter what are the situations that we go through. Like we got the guys and the belief in ourselves to just no matter what the situation, we're gonna do it. Like we believe in whatever player has to step up, like we know that he's gonna be doing his job because of the culture and the standard that we have for our team and for ourselves and the authentic love that we have for each other. Like it's so easy for me to come to work, Kay. Like when I see Deion Dawkins, Matt Milano, Josh Allen.
Yeah, you got some good guys that keep it light. They can get off the mat and sort of put it. And that's kind of interesting. It's like you're not going to tell me anything I haven't heard. Any insight? Like we've seen it all. We've been quit, so like maybe that relieves some pressure.
And then these guys I've been playing with for 8 years. The same guys. Like it's so hard in the NFL to have a locker room full of guys that've been playing together 9 years, 8 years, 7, 6, 5 years. I got a teammate on a team that I've been teammates with for 13 years, which in Reed Ferguson is a long snap. So we would go back to LSU, play 4 years together.
Wow.
So it's like, it's just, this is the time, like it's all set up right. Like we know it, like we know it's at stake, we know the urgency, but in the midst of this though, the midst of the urgent times, like we're having fun, like we're enjoying the process, we're enjoying like being around each other because we know things like this don't come around often.
Y'all just have told teams over and over, you cannot throw our way at the end of a game. Not to you, not to, like, what are you're really going to throw it to me? It's true. Christian Benford, Cole Bishop, all of you, y'all will shut the door. There's that. And credit to a really tight-knit DB room. I know you guys have weekly dinners, right? Is there a nickname for this group?
No, we don't have a nickname. We're just a lot of guys that we just gel together. Like, in that, the Jordan Poirier, like, having him, like, that's the icing on the cake. Like, I came here in OTAs and we didn't have him. Like, and he came after camp and just the trajectory of our room, like it just went like this. Having a veteran guy that been in his league for 13 years, been in his system for 9, played at our all-pro level high. For him to come in, he wasn't even training to play this year. For him to come in and stabilize our secondary, like that's so huge. And I can speak for myself, like having Poe back there is just a safety blanket for me. Like
really?
It's so many times, like throughout my career, where I had Micah Hyde and Jordan Poirier back there, and I didn't have to worry about anything. So it's like having him back there is like it's such like a ease point. It's just such like a soothing moment because I just know if I'm not my best, he's gonna always be there to like pick it up where I'm not my best, and that's the testament of our defense this year.
When you guys are having these weekly dinners or you're in the locker room or whenever you're like really smiling, how often are you guys talking about the fact that you don't have to deal with the tush push and Josh Allen, that it's someone else's problem?
I mean, I feel like when we did have to face that with Philly, like we took it on as a challenge, right? But then,
Josh is a little different, no?
Josh is a little different, I mean, Hurts is what, 230-ish? Josh is 250, 260.
Josh is 260?
I mean, I think so.
I'm looking.
You know on those media
240 it says, but who knows if that's
those
true.
Media guys, they cut
I would lie about my weight too, you don't know.
They cut it 20 pounds. They said I'm 6'2", and I'm every bit of 5'9".
I love you, Tre'Davious White. But I mean, when you have something unstoppable like that, it is unstoppable. Yeah. Broncos will not be able to. How much confidence does that give you?
I mean, well, just to have 17 on the other side, like that's quarterback in the league. Like
you guys don't need the tush push, do you?
I mean, with our running backs, I don't think so. You see our fullback, Reggie Good, like we don't really need. I feel like if we could just give it to him on the Reggie fullback dive, he'll get it. But I just think with having 17, like that's just a luxury like not many teams have. But with 17, like why I appreciate him so much, no matter like what he's facing or no matter like the result of the play or the game, like he's always the same person. Like, and for him to be that way, and he's the guy that every game, like it's on him. He knows like, all right, you got to lead us. And for him to wear that with a badge of honor and to do it the way he do it in the style that he does it and with the smile, and he loves it. Like he embraces the challenge, and to have a quarterback like that, like that's going to give you everything you got each and every Sunday. Like it's only on us to get him the ball back as much as we can. so he can go score as many points. And I feel like as a defense, that's the motto that that we adapted. Just get the ball back, get it back to our offense, get it back to 17 as many times as possible, and we're gonna have a great chance to win.
You have confidence. You're not making excuses. You're not sitting here talking to me about how guys have been put on IR. You're going to have to do it. I will ask you though, because what?
Did you see our receiver Terrell Shavers tore his ACL in the first half and played?
I know.
I thought to myself, I tore my ACL.
You've done it. You've had the injury.
So I know like what if I said, so like as I'm watching the tape and coach running the tape in the film room showing it, like this guy is blocking, he's running routes, he's like blocking to the whistle, and not one time did I see his knee buckle. And so I said, I must have the fake ACL injury then.
How did he play through that? How?
I say this all the time, like the way that we adapt this Buffalo thing and how we just adapt to playing for each other and just doing our 1-11 and like playing for something bigger than ourselves, like that's an example of it right there. Like, did
he show? And there was the block, Trey, on Shaver's a block on a tush push.
Yeah.
The long one. And then to hear that, like, so what did you talk to him? Did you text him? Have you talked to him since
I talked to him. I mean, in the locker room, he'd been around like the next day we got here. And once he found out like the official diagnosis, of course. But it's like, it was more me like, how did you play a whole half of football like with a torn ACL?
I was hoping you'd tell me since you did it back in 2021.
I didn't go back in the game. He been in the game.
I know.
But I'm saying like how, like, and that just explains our team. Like, we want this so much. Like, we got guys that's like, no matter what, how they feeling, like we got to go. And the team feel that, the leaders feel that, like the building knows. Like, but it's a calm confidence that we have about each other, about ourselves right now, and we just believing in our scheme, believing in our fundamentals, and we just going for it.
Do you know what happened last time you played in Denver? You had
a strip sack fumble.
Strip sack? Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Smith style.
Bruce Smith style is exactly right. You haven't played there since 2020, okay? You haven't played the Broncos since 2020. When you do, your stat line's pretty good. 3-0 all time, 2 interceptions, 10 PBUs, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 TFL. What's your story against Denver?
I don't know. I guess I'm a mile high boy. I don't know, okay. I didn't know I had that. I didn't know. Let's just hope it just I don't know. I guess when I get up on a Broncos Sunday, I'm ready to rock. I
have to ask you about the Rams, of course, the last time I saw you. What would it be like to face them in the Super Bowl if that's the path?
That'll be awesome. Like just a full circle moment for me because of, I got so much respect for those guys. Those guys like treated me well. Like everything was great there. Like everything was great there. It just, it didn't work out.
Of course.
But like the care.
But they brought you in.
They brought me in. But the care and the support that I got there, like I still talk to those guys. I talked to them before they played the game against the Panthers. Like I still talk to Kobe Durant, Darius Williams, Quinn Lake. I talk to those guys. Still text them. So
yeah,
it'll be sweet for sure. Like and it also be sweet because I remember like I helped Puka come back from the injury that he had last year when he was coming back from the knee. So I was able to shadow him a little bit and help him along the way to give him a little confidence to go back on the field. And this was when I wasn't playing, when they was inactivating me each and every week. So I was able to do that. So I was able to build a relationship with those guys. And I just think
but you might not my advice to you as a friend of yours, maybe like start weaning them off, as we get close. Well, we'll see what happens this weekend, but I just feel like maybe don't love Puka or any, maybe like don't send them nice texts before games because like.
I feel like I gotta butter them up. You see that offense?
Oh, you did that? Is that your game?
Well, I gotta butter them up a little bit.
That's your game?
Hey, yes, I'm gonna have to. Your that offense is Matthew Stafford throwing the ball like that. I gotta butter them up a little bit.
Trey, let me ask you this because I'm thinking about this actual game. And that's a really tough place to play. Like Buffalo, very tough. Mm-hmm. What we're saying, Highmark was very tough. But like the stadium shakes, it's loud, it's like all of that. It works really well for you. When you're taking on a team, like at this point in the season, I'm asking you this, maybe not even about the Broncos, but like as a veteran, and you know, like, for whatever reason, they've got that weird Bears fourth quarter magic. They've got what the Broncos have done, these comebacks. What does that, like, do to you in the fourth quarter? Does it just keep you extra, like, if you're having to defend, like, where you're like, he's done this 10 times, these, like, game-winning drives, or, what does that, how do you approach that?
I look at it like this. It's a great opportunity for me to make a play myself, for the team. And it's a great opportunity for our defense to flip the script. Like, okay, they said
not today.
Yeah, like, this is us. Like, they haven't faced us. Like, you got to have that mindset. And I feel like everything starts here. And when you say to yourself, like, I'm going to do great things are coming for me, you got to speak that up on yourself. And I'm a firm believer in that.
Go with God to do that. And good luck this weekend.
I really appreciate it, Kay. Thank you so much. It's always great to talk to you.
It just gives me so much joy. He's hard not to love. Oh, man.
He's the absolute best.
Who has a better story right now? Maybe like a Caleb, but not really.
Yeah.
Trey,
I mean, for him to be...
was bounced. It was curtains.
Yeah. Yeah.
The proverbial shepherd's hook. It was all over. He doesn't ever change his, that's actually not fair. And I was saying, like, you're always resilient and you always have it's like easier said than done. You know what I mean? Like, you're always just so happy, or it's like, no, he's really gone through it. He's really, really, Is Mercury in retrograde? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
Does Tre'Davious White have a Twitter?
I think he deleted it a few years ago.
I mean, our social team's been putting out tweets.
I remember there was something.
Can social team here and maybe text me if they do have one? He doesn't have one?
Yeah.
So what is it, 3-0 against the... You can't load what?
The Broncos.
3-0 and what now?
Against the Broncos.
I know. What else was there? Last strip sack. There was another thing. It was your note in the interview. You had a blue little note there. 3-0. What else was there?
Oh, he had a strip sack.
His last game in 2021.
Yeah.
2020.
He had his first career interception against them, too.
There?
I believe so. Double check that.
Last game there. Who did he strip sack?
Let me see.
I need to take a nap.
The interception was in Buffalo. The strip sack was at Denver.
Oh.
It was Josh. Or no, it was Drew Lock. Sorry.
Last
Drew
game
Lock.
there, strip sack of
We may see
Drew
this
Lock.
weekend. Who knows?
Don't tell me we're going to see Drew Lock this weekend. What is going on with Sammy? Sam?
Yeah.
I just got asked to go to the Niners game tomorrow, and I want to go.
You're going to do both?
Who am I? That Josh Pate?
Josh Pate? Yeah. Just got to shave your head.
I really can't.
Go for it.
I can't, and for a great reason. I'm emceeing the Goal Cup. It's actually going to be wild. It's Mia Hamm, Alex Morgan, Goats.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's a charity match for both of their foundations. That's actually, like, if you told me that, like, 15 years ago that I'd be, like, doing something for Mia Hamm, I would die. Welcome back to the show, K-Maker time. This is a segment that I do, and I'm always right. And these are the guys who are going to score a touchdown. Without further ado, why don't you pour yourself a glass of Zach Charbonnet, okay? Saturday night against the Niners. I might go to that game. I literally might be there, okay? The Seahawks backfield. Eeny, meeny, miny, who, right? But Zach is the goal line guy, okay? He scored 4 times the last 3 games. Those aren't the right numbers with my fingers, but you know what I'm saying. He's got like 6 touchdowns in the last 7 games overall. It makes sense. Next, whose silhouette is that? A little shimmy, shimmy for Christian Kirk. Spicy. What are you seeing there? Plus 260, okay? Against the Patriots. Playoff mode. Christian, kind of a thing. He's averaged over 100 yards per game over the last 3 playoff games, a touchdown in each. And finally, give me Dame DeAndre Swift. Throwdown round, home, Rams, cold, he'll run. You don't want Stafford on the field anyway with that defense. Plus 150, yeah, okay. Rams defense has struggled to stop the run lately. Those are my guys, Zach Charbonnet, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Swift, to score touchdowns. So get it done over on FanDuel Sportsbook. Joined now by a 17 NFL vet, 2002 MVP. You just saw the highlights, 4-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro quarterback, host, there's so many things, of SiriusXM NFL Radio, and making his debut finally. I don't know it took so long, Gannon. Welcome to the show.
Kay, it's great to be with you. It's been a while. I run into you every year at the Super Bowl. You do a great job. Always enjoy listening and watching. But I tell you what, this is my favorite time of the year. What a great weekend of games we have on the docket.
Let's take a look at the schedule, shall we? And what really, in your Rich Gannon mind, where does your head go first? I imagine a nice quarterback battle in Chicago, potentially?
Yeah, that'll be a great one. I think when you look at Matthew Stafford, he's really having an MVP type year. I got one of those 50 votes, and certainly I think he's going to win that award. Drake May a close second, but Matthew Stafford's been able to carry this team. I look at that drive last week and kind of crunch time. He was terrific. I think getting Devontae Adams back certainly helps. And Puka Nacua, okay, he's one of my favorite players in the NFL because he does it all. He's an unselfish player. He's willing to show up and block in the run game. He's a physical guy. He's willing to go into work in the middle of the field. He's got great hands. He's a complete player at that position, and they can run the football. But on the other side of it, you look at what Caleb Williams has done in year 2 with Ben Johnson. I mean, we can still complain about the completion percentage, but where he has been awesome is taking care of the football, and especially his ability to get his team to the finish line late in games.
Stafford, the MVP favorite. What a season. 37 years old, gets to throw to Puka, gets to throw to a wily veteran who's chasing his first ring in Devontae Adams. When you won at that age, and you did, it was the first time since 1963. So if Stafford wins, it'll be the 5th time in the last 13 years someone 37 or older has won. Used to be rare. Now it's like, I don't even think. Phillip Rivers came back this year for a handful of games. Why are these old heads dominating more than ever before?
Okay, I think there's a lot of reasons. I think first and foremost, I think you go back to the way these players take care of themselves physically. I just think it's a different world. I think nutrition's a big part of it. I think the off-season program, I think these guys all have personal trainers and strength coaches and speed coaches away from the facility. And I just think it's become a year-round profession, and I think these guys take great care of themselves. We're talking about a lot of money. If you're able to extend your career by a year or two, you could be talking at the quarterback position, $50 million, $100 million. But I think Matthew plays the game for the right reason. He loves it. I think his experiences early in his career in Detroit helped to mold him and shape him into the player that he is today. And I think just that synchronicity between he and Sean McVay, I think they're joined at the hip. They see the game the same way. They're ultra competitive. And I think that's the most explosive offense that we have in the NFL today.
And then you have Caleb, who converted 3 critical 3rd and 4th down passes on the Bears' last 2 drives of that game. So there's Stafford on one side, who's been there, done that, is likely the MVP, wants another Super Bowl, has one already. What stands out to you about the way that Caleb sort of operates on these money, high-pressure downs?
I think there was so much criticism of him his rookie year. Taking all the sacks. I think just the losses, the struggles that he had. But there was a lot of positives when you really looked under the hood, Kay. I think first and foremost, the guy played in every game. I think he got sacked more than any quarterback in football, and yet, stood in there and took the beatings like a man. Was willing to accept responsibility. I just think there's some real maturity there when you look at Caleb Williams. And I just think Ben Johnson coming in and really leaning on him and coaching him hard and loving him later. I mean, I think Ben Johnson really coached him hard in training camp, the offseason program, to really try and fix some of the habits, the bad habits that he had as a rookie. I think he was much better at throwing the ball away on occasion. He's got great players have a difficult time giving up on a play because they always think they can make the impossible throw. I think he's gotten better. I think he takes good care of the football. And I think when you look at his blood pressure, his pulse late in games, that to me is impressive. I mean, I think he's played his best football late in games. He's brought that team from behind more than any other quarterback this year. And there's a belief now. There's finally a belief. I talked to a lot of Bear fans around this country for years. Do you realize the last time, I had to look this up the other day, the last time a Chicago Bear quarterback was an All-Pro, Do you know the year? I'm putting you on the spot. It was well before you and I were born.
I mean, the best quarterback in franchise history is Jay Cutler. I don't need to say anything else. Who you got?
How about Sid Luckman, 1947?
Love
It's the last time a Chicago Bear quarterback was an All-Pro. 1947. Yeah. You know, this guy has brought that city, that team, some hope, some optimism, some belief, some juice, some swagger. I really like what I see from Caleb Williams.
World War II ended 2 years before that happened with Sid Luckman, which is a little wild. Love history. Love that history NFL lesson. I think the craziest thing, or the most impressive thing with Caleb, just like attempting the throws that he attempts and somehow only having 7 interceptions the math does not work for me. It's crazy.
Caleb, that throw on 4th down last week, I don't think I would, even though you have to do something with the football. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that won't even attempt to do that. Like, I mean, it's, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10 and the degree of difficulty, it's an 11. I mean, it's just not a lot of quarterbacks can make that throw. And I think he makes a lot of those difficult throws look very easy. One thing that people don't talk about is his lower body strength, his core strength, his legs. He can whip it. He's got great arm talent, but he's really dangerous off script. When the play breaks down is when Caleb Williams comes to life.
I'm going to ask you a tough one. Caleb, Drake, Bo, same draft class. We can't forget Jaden Daniels, who made the NFC Championship last year. If you had to pick the best quarterback out of that 2024 class, who are you taking right now?
Oh, it's so hard. I think a lot of it has to do not just with the player, but the system that they're in, the coaches that they're with. I like all of them. I think Drake has really improved in year 2 with Josh McDaniels, but I would also say Bo Nix. When you look at what's happening in Chicago with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, I think the same thing's happening with Bo Nix in Denver with Sean Payton. Sean's great with the quarterbacks. He coaches them hard. I think Bo is a quarterback that he's won 24 games in his first 2 seasons. I think this is going to turn out to be a really, really good draft class.
Bo Nix, I mean, their offense has been near the bottom of the league in explosive pass rate. That's something my producer wanted to ask you about. He's an X's and O's junkie. Is that like a survivable weakness against a number 1 pass defense that nobody wants to cop, that is the number 1 pass defense in Buffalo?
I think it's going to be a great chess match this weekend between Denver and Buffalo. I think when you look at the sack differential, which is a big number, right? Mm-hmm. You look at Bo Nix doesn't hold the ball. He can create and manufacture some offense on his own. I think they're a plus 45 in the sack differential. They lead the National Football League with 68 sacks. So I think offensively is a little bit of a concern when I look at Denver, because they've gone through stretches this year where they've been hit or miss. You'll watch a game in the first half, it seems like they can't score a point. The second half, they come back, they're a different football team. I don't know that you can do that against Buffalo and Josh Allen and survive. I just think every possession versus a quarterback like Josh Allen, you have to come away. You have to at least think you have to come away with points. And each possession has to end in a kick. In other words, it's either an extra point, it's a field goal, or punting the ball deep down into the territory. That's going to be the mindset. I just remember competing against Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. I just felt like going into the game, things were a little bit different. I always felt like if we went a 3 and out and we gave the ball back to them, they were probably going to come away with points. I always felt like every possession would end in points going against them. So you had to make every possession matter. I think Bo Nix and the Broncos offense have to put together 4 really good quarters of football.
Seth Wickersham wrote a book, and in it spent time with Sean Payton, and Sean harped on sack rate and differential. He cares about that with quarterbacks more than anything, almost, and being able to do that. So we'll see who wins this game. Tough one. I've asked everybody. I've asked Kevin Durant. I've asked what happens in this game and who wins.
I think experience matters in the postseason. Josh has had a lot of it, and so has Sean McVay. Sean McVay. Sean McDermott. But they've both had a lot of experience in the postseason, but not a ton of success. And I just think this is a special year for them in Buffalo. I think when you look at the landscape of the AFC and you say, hey, there's no Steve Spagnuolo, Andy Reid, and Patrick Mahomes. There's no Joe Burrow and the Bengals. This is an opportunity for us to do something special. I just think Buffalo, I like Buffalo against the Broncos. I just think they have the one player. Maybe Matthew Stafford would be into this category, but they have the one player still standing that has the ability to put his team on the shoulders and carry him to the finish line. Josh Allen is ridiculous. I mean, rushing the ball, throwing the ball. I mean, he is a complete player at that position. And I just think he's going to have a great day against the Broncos.
James Cook, probably the second player that you'd name that is the most dominant, could put a team on his shoulders. So they have the two most dominant players, I think, in the AFC. They should be able to. Why does it feel like what you said about Chicago, the belief, they believe, they're buying in, I feel like Chicago fans who've been like, have all the trauma of 40 years over their heads through all these different eras. It feels to me like they believe in Chicago more than the perennial Super Bowl contender, best player, MVP, more than Buffalo fans have in their team. What is that?
Yeah, it is weird. I just think there's been so much disappointment. I remember a little bit of that situation when I was in Kansas City with the Chiefs and Marty Schottenheimer in 95 and 97. We went 13-3. We had home field advantage. We had the best defense in football, and we lost first-round games in the postseason. And I just think there was this doubt that the Chiefs fans had that maybe it's never going to happen, And I just think you get some of that in Buffalo. They've been so close. You get the 4 straight years.
But you can't. But you can't say like. There are two things. You can't be like, this is the best player.
No.
Don't tell us we don't have the best. Josh is the best player, but then we're not. We maybe don't have the defense, or we can't. Like, if you have the best player, you're a Super Bowl. Like, I want to see that belief. It's like believe is their whole tagline. I want to see that, Rich.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit like when you look at their defense, they got the number 1 pass defense, but they're 28th in rushing, right? So there's been some inconsistencies there.
Understood.
Denver's going to try and run the ball. I think when you look at them offensively, you got the number 1 rushing team. Josh is certainly a part of that, but so is James Cook, who led the National Football League in rushing yards. So, but I think that the X factor, without question, Kay, and you point this out, is the quarterback, Josh Allen. I mean,
let's go.
On a day, there's not many teams on a day where things aren't going well, where you're not playing great defense, or maybe you're not able to run the football. There's one guy that can put the team on his shoulders and do something special. He can have a Herculean type effort, and that's Josh Allen. He's a unique guy. There's not a lot like him. He's big, he's strong, he's tough. I mean, people ask me like, he's 6'5", 235 pounds. When he runs the football, it's not a quarterback that's running the football. It's more like a tight end. He can carry guys. When you're a safety or a corner and you come in to take Josh Allen to the ground, you come in with a little bit of respect. A lot of times when it's a quarterback, they come in to deplete him. They come in to knock him out of the stadium. But with a guy that's 235 pounds who's not going to shy away from contact, it's interesting to watch some of these defensive backs approach Josh Allen. He's a unique guy at that position, and he has the ability to do something special every time he steps on the field.
I want to show you something that my incredible producer and partner saw. The split's sort of crazy. When Josh Allen is hit 6 or more times in a game, the Bills are 1-4. Look at that TD interception ratio. Compare it with 11-1, 19 touchdowns, 4 picks when he's hit fewer than 6 times. This is sort of staggering. And the Bills hit the quarterback. So what do you make of this?
Well, yeah, it's going to be, I mean, you talk about a Denver defense that not only, we look at the sacks, more than any team in football was 68, but it's not just, when you look at quarterback play, it's not just sacks. It's hits, it's hurries, it's knockdowns, it's pressures, it's getting him off the spot. I mean, that's something that Denver does as well as anybody. I mean, they got 4 players with 7 or more sacks, and they come from all. Vance Joseph has done an amazing job with this defense. It's not just their front; it comes off the edge. It's from the linebacking core. They bring perimeter pressure. It comes off the slot. They bring corner. I mean, it's I think protection is going to be critical for the Buffalo Bills, and on top of that, Josh Allen, who's one of the more difficult quarterbacks to sack, he's been sacked 40 times already this season.
Yeah.
So any good offensive game plan, it always starts with pass protection. And that really could tell the story in this one. It's this offensive line. It's not just the offensive line. It's everybody is involved in protection. It's the tight end. It's the running backs. It's receivers breaking off the routes. Protection is going to be really important against the best pass rush defense in football.
I want to get to a couple more quickly. Actually, let's take a TV break. Still very much live on YouTube. We'll still get this. No, we're going to stay on the TV side. No, we're not. Okay. I wanted to ask you about Sam Darnold. I woke up in the middle of the night, had a bad night's sleep, Gannon, and I see this. And then I couldn't fall back asleep because you want it so bad for Sam. He's worked so hard. And now he's on the injury report. Left oblique issue. Expects to be ready to play. I imagine an oblique is important with what y'all do out there. How significant is this in your eyes?
I think he's going to be okay. I mean, you hate to have a little bit of a setback in practice. He said he did it during pat and go, so I can't imagine it's anything significant.
Okay.
But, it is what it is. Look, I like Sam Darnold. Kay, I've known him a long time. I worked with him. They brought me in when he was in New York. I spent a little time with him. I spent some time with him on the phone prior to his arrival in Carolina when he was working with Matt, down there in Carolina. I just think his career, I think he's been through a lot, went through a lot of adversity. I think going to San Francisco was a positive. I think going to Minnesota and working with Kevin O'Connell last year was a real plus. And now he's finally got a team and an organization that's really handed him the keys to the car. Love everything about his game, his toughness, his durability. I think he's a selfless player. I think he's willing to hand the ball off 35 times a game, whatever it takes.
Do they win?
I think the one concern that you do have is that he led the league with 20 giveaways. I mean, that's a problem. He's got to get that cleaned up. He cannot turn the ball over against the 49ers this weekend.
Bunch of those against the Rams. We'll see what he does against Shanahan, who just, even losing Kittle, what a coaching performance last week to put the icing on what's been a brilliant, always adverse-filled season for the Niners. Okay, I want to ask about the Raiders, of course. Whoever the next Raiders coach is, here's how we see it as an Up and Adams team. I'm so curious your thoughts. Whoever it is, he gets the number 1 pick, $110 million in cap space. Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, Max Crosby, Max Crosby. Sounds like a very desirable opportunity. Do you agree? And who is the candidate you would prefer? It's like, I think it's low-key a great destination.
It may be somebody that's not on that list. I mean, Tom Brady is going to be very involved in this, along with, the general manager. And I just think that they got to get it right. I've been saying that for years. I think the one area of concern, if you're a coaching candidate, is do I really want to go somewhere where there's not a lot of stability? In other words, I can't move my family and I can't move 20 assistant coaches and then get fired after a year. I mean, they just fired the general manager a year ago after a year. They just fired a Hall of Fame coach after a season. And then you have to ask yourself, like, what's going on inside the building? Is there a culture and an environment that's conducive to winning? And I just think that, there's a lot of work that has to be done. I mean, I love Max Crosby. I've said this a number of times, Kay. If you had 20 players in that building like Max Crosby, you would never lose a game. But, the reality of it is that, they struggle at the quarterback position. The offensive line was probably the worst. I mean, the biggest mistake that John Spytek and Pete Carroll made was putting those guys out there, that offensive line. I called the preseason games. I knew the offensive line was going to be a problem. Ashton Genty, the poor kid, I mean, the lack of vision. I mean, every time he touched the ball, he's getting hit in the backfield.
Yes.
So there's a lot of work that has to be done. Somebody's got to be able to come in that has experience, that can put together a good staff, and really work with the general manager to bring in the right type of players. Look what Chicago did. I mean, they go out and get a center and 2 guards for the young quarterback. You add some pieces to the puzzle. You lean on the running game. You've got a quarterback that's growing and developing, and you turn that organization around. Look at the job that Liam Cohen did in Jacksonville.
So,
they won 4 games.
You're being,
I mean, it can be done.
Who's
it
Ben
can
Johnson?
be done. You get the right people in the building, it can be done.
Who is it? Who's the right name?
I don't know. I mean, because I've got a lot of people that, some people say John Gruden. I don't think that's going to happen. Like Mike McCarthy, I don't think that'll happen. I mean, there's a lot of young coordinators. There's a lot of young coaches that they're going to bring in. I think this is going to surprise some people. I think, you put that list up there. It very well could be somebody that's not on that list.
Oh, I think it's somebody that's not on that list, and I love you for that, Rich Gannon. I appreciate you and your honesty, clearly. And I like that you mentioned, just win, baby. Where is that? We need to go find that. We lost it somewhere, and we got to go play hide and seek. Appreciate you so much. You can catch the great Rich Gannon, his analysis. You're the best. It's really an honor to have you. SiriusXM, everybody. NFL Radio, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern. I'll see you at Super Bowl.
See you, Kay.
Appreciate you. I think the Broncos are going to win, by the way. Anyway, we'll be back after this. Oh, no, we have Hammer Time. Hammy! Okay, without further ado, your top 5 Caleb plays.
All right, we got our matcha. We're going to sit back. We're going to enjoy. Let's count them down from 5 to 1. Caleb Williams' best throws of this season. Let's roll the tape.
Woo!
We'll start at number 5. This might have been higher if the Bears had won this game. It's against the Ravens. Kyle Van Noy's coming through unblocked. And besides just the throw, the movement, the escapability, he goes to his left, works back to his right. His arm is getting hit by Marlon Humphrey here. And this ball is going to go from the opposite hash, outside the opposite numbers, over Kyle Hamilton, right in the bucket to DJ Moore. Just a ridiculous throw. This one also might have been higher if they won. This is the one game they lost to the Packers, but look at this. One-on-one on the edge with Micah Parsons. This throw would have been nearly impossible with no one in front of him. Instead, he has to like Keanu Reeves this around Micah Parsons, through the hands of Keyshawn Nixon, somehow to Olamide Zaccheaus. Look at this again. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how he got that through. And speaking of I don't know how he got it through, the number 3 against the Browns.
Let's see.
Sprint to his right. He is fading out of bounds, leaping with a defender jumping in front of his face. This ball goes over the hand of the safety.
That's crazy.
Through the hands of the corner Newsome, into the arms of DJ Moore. Again, I have watched this from every conceivable angle, probably 100 times. I still don't know how he did this. And like you said, it's unreal that he isn't throwing interceptions while making throws like this. All right, number 2.
Number 2.
It's the overtime game winner. Another unblocked guy coming through. He's going to step up in the pocket, moving to his left, and just uncork this thing over 50 yards in the air. Keyshawn Nixon is right there on this. It just goes right over his arms, right into DJ Moore. In that moment to make that throw, just incredible. And then you know what number 1 is. The 4th and 8. Sliding away here to his left. The best thing about this, I don't think we talked about enough. Look where Rome Odunze is.
No,
on this.
literally.
I don't know how he sees him to make this throw. He's off his feet, the Jordan logo, all of it. That's number 1 for me. Bears fans, did I get it right? Did I miss something on this list? And as I told you earlier, Kat, I would put those 5 throws. If we made a list of the top 10 throws from all the quarterbacks in the league this year, all 5 of those would be on the list. All 5 of them.
But the Tirico curse. That overtime one, I'm like, and then all of a sudden, you know, things didn't happen, and then they did, and there's maybe no, I don't know who I trust with the ball more with less than 2 minutes to go. Maybe just the guy on the other side. How do you think this one goes? I can't believe I'm going into this game. I'm going to freeze my ass off. I'm going to cry, I think.
I do. I think the Bears win this game. I do. I think it comes down to Caleb with the ball in his hands, 2 minutes to go, and he's going to win.
Now you're drinking matcha, by the way. Why don't you come to L.A. and, like, you know, lose your masculinity like every other man in L.A. Anyway, wow, I need to sleep. I have not slept.
Yeah.
I had a weird night. I'll be in Chicago and maybe Seattle tomorrow. Love ya. See ya.
Let's go.